Hello GameScope, my name is Philippe Reinhardt. I'm a Swiss actor based in Berlin who actually almost has a Russian soul. I did many films in Russia, and my latest and newest movie is called Cheat Me Not. I will be in premieres now in Moscow, in Tyumen, in Rostov, and also in Saratov, so like all over Russia. And I really invite you guys to watch this movie. I think it's totally cool. Takoi, Takaya, Cheat Me Not. In cinemas all over Russia. I went running this morning and I was like, this is like a new city. I mean, I always liked Moscow, but maybe it's after the World Cup. I don't know, because it's changed so much, you know? Like this whole, like, near the river, there's like this passage without any cars, and it's amazing. I think Moscow is developing very fast, you know? Yeah, it was funny because they invited me for the festival because they knew my movies, but I forgot to tell them that I can't play football right now because I had 2 injuries on my knees, and all I did was like eating and whatever, like talking and watching, and when I saw those folks playing, I really wanted to go there and play because it looked really funny, but the thing is I cannot do it right now because of injuries, I think right now the future in Europe and maybe also in Russia is like the whole streaming services, It's like in Europe, the best projects right now are the streaming services. So like Netflix, Germany, and they make really cool projects. I shot a project this year, True North, was really interesting, and it's a typical streaming services project, and they produce nice content. And what is changing is, that a few years ago, only the Americans made these kind of expensive and nice shows and everything, and all the people just wanted to watch American movies like here in Russia. But now our industry in Germany is developing, and especially these streaming shows are becoming very good. You know what's funny? It's like when I did the German TV show this year, this is for the streaming service, I felt like totally... I felt like I'm in a different country, because I made so many films in Russia that like working in Russia is for me like home. It's totally strange. And in Germany, like in the States, I made an American movie also, The Match. It's totally like difficult for me because it's like, for me somehow Russia feels like filming at home and filming in Germany and in the States or whatever it's for me like different. In general, I would say film and TV has become very international. Very international. We see a lot of shows in different languages, on different, in different countries. So I think more and more also the Russian market, as far as I know, is opening up for international co-productions and languages, and it's interesting, So I think we should all stay open and especially be interested and open about cultural things and about languages. I would recommend to every actor now to work on language skills. Я говорю по-русски без акцент просто. Нет. Yeah, it's getting better and better. I still have an accent like a German cow, maybe, but it's getting better and better. And yeah, I think it's learning by doing. I have a teacher. Yeah, I have a teacher. I'm learning languages over listening mostly, so I'm not very good in grammar, but we're working twice a week, and she's very, she has a lot of very patient. I recently got a new visa. I got an artist visa. Yeah. Very nice. But I would actually then take a house in Sochi. Okay. As far as I know, the content about True North is very much relating to Russia as well, So I cannot say much about it, but I can just say that this series has a lot to do with Russia too. So as far as I know, the producers are planning anyway a Russian release. They're already talking to Russian studios and Russian people. To be honest, it has a lot to do with this whole, like the Northern Sea. It's the German Navy TV series, German Navy. It's like the first German Navy TV series ever, and there's a lot to do with this whole things happening all around the Northern Sea. Of course, including the NATO, Germany, Russia. So yeah, that's all I can say. And I'm playing Alex Lüthi, and he's the first officer on board of this German warship. First officer, yes. I also want to see. Not a Nazi. The list of German actors playing Nazis is long in Russia. Yes, Cheat Me Not. It's the official English title, Cheat Me Not. Actually, I need to start with the script. it was very interesting because my character in one of the first versions, his name was, I think, Dmitry, and he was a Russian character, like the main male character in the movie. And then I met Alexei, and later on I got a phone call from his producers, and they said they might offer me a role. And then it was a very interesting discussion if the character should be foreign or Russian, and in the end they went with foreign, but of course changed like the story and the pace and everything. And I liked it very much because it was very brave, like normally quite often, like in the States or in Russia or whatever, you play just the foreigner, like a foreigner, which is also fine, they're very good roles, foreigner roles, don't misunderstand me. But this role is very complex, it has a lot of, it's not just a typical foreigner role. It was written for a Russian, and then he became a foreigner. So for me, it's like, so far, I think my most complex role I played since I'm in Russia, I played quite a few big roles like Tobol or Жених and everything. Жених, I liked very much this role. But I think this role is very complex in the way of showing a human, you know what I mean? It's not about a foreigner. It's not the main topic of the movie. It's not, the foreigner in Russia. It is this whole topic about relationships and how to deal with it. And, and then there is a foreigner, which brings a new element in the movie. So Alexei is very brave, actually, that he's doing this, that he believes that a movie can work in Russia with a foreigner playing such a role. I don't know where he takes the energy from. He's all the time working. It's a dramedy, The thing is, like in Europe, we have different kind of comedies. We have like comedy, like Жених, we have also in Germany, the German Жених, and it was like a big success, like Жених, and a lot of people watch it. But we have also these kind of dramedies, and in my opinion, good comedy needs also drama. So I think it's a very interesting genre. So this movie is a comedy, but with a touch of drama in it, So there is some drama in it, but it's a comedy, so it's a dramedy. But I heard, by the way, that it's really funny. So there were screenings now, and all the people who saw it said the movie is really funny. So it's not that they're sitting there and it's like there is like a huge philosophy and nobody understands what is happening. What I heard is that people are very entertained and had a lot of fun. Now about my character. Eric is his name. Yeah, it was interesting. We were working quite a lot on Eric, with my director, Ruslan Bauschu. It was a very interesting process because not very often you can really work with the director so close as I did with Ruslan. We became also good friends. We really, really worked on this character for like weeks and months. And, Eric is not a bad guy, not at all. He's not like a person you would think like, my God, what kind of a bad guy? I think he's just, he's a man. He's like someone who maybe doesn't really know what he has. He doesn't see the luck he's got. He doesn't see all the benefits from this relationship he has. And then he needs to find out the hard way. And in the end, we will see in the movie what's going to happen. But the similarities are maybe, for me, there are two similarities. One is that I'm also quite a driven person. Driven means like very ambitious. Eric is also very ambitious. The second thing is, cheating, honestly, it's not my thing. I personally don't really believe in relationships with cheating and this stuff. Because what's the point of having a relationship when you're cheating, Then you just can be single. But he needs to go different ways and he makes his own experiences. And the other thing about Eric is that he's, learning things the hard way, and I'm the same, I sometimes in life I just need to learn things the hard way and get a punch in my face, and then I'm like, ugh, and then I realize it's not the right way, and then I'm learning, So this is maybe something we have in common. My screen partners were fantastic. This movie is an ensemble piece. That means you have like 6 roles, 3 couples. Then you have like Margot. She's like, I don't want to say what she is, but there's like another very important role, and some small roles which are all fantastic. I enjoyed it very much. Anna Churinina is like, we had most scenes together because she's my wife, and she's a really good actress. Very professional person, you know, and yeah, it was interesting because in the beginning I didn't know how to react because she's the wife of our producer, and we're supposed to play this love couple, and I was like, you know, but they are very professional people. Alexei is very professional, and Anna anyway, you know, and we had a great collaboration. It was really a pleasure, and I would love to work with Anna again. She's a great partner, and I mean, you know, Kristina Babushkina and Timur, and you know, Anatoly, they're all, and Renata, they're great actors all. I mean, you know, I think that the relationship of Kristina Babushkina and of Timur is really funny, and they're a really funny couple, you know, when I saw these guys, because it was funny that a guy from Swiss TV was in Moscow, he saw it, and he was like, don't you think it's a little bit too much that there are always these big women beating up their guys? And I said, like, hey man, that's Russia. I'm kidding. No, because he had always this picture of in Switzerland of just this kind of beautiful Russian girls. I mean, honestly, Russia has a lot of beautiful women, that's for sure. But I have seen also many of these kind of, you know, relationships where the lady is telling the guy, like, this is what you do, this is what you do, now stop. So I think every good Russian comedy needs this kind of strong, you know what I mean, power lady. My scenes were filmed in different places, but yeah, the house you're talking about, I think it was Luba's house, and yeah, we had some really cool scenes there. You will see in the cinema soon. But we filmed in different locations. You know, one location I think my friend from Swiss TV will never forget, because we filmed like in a strip club. You know, and we had one shooting day in a strip club in Russia, and my friend from Swiss TV was there, and I will never forget his face. He was like, and then he was like, I like to be here to work with Russians. And I was like, listen, man, not every shooting day in Russia is in a strip club, but today, you know. And it was so like funny, you know, to see this guy, because in Switzerland we are a bit like conservative, you know. Like in Russia, people, in my opinion, they are more like, they like to make jokes and everything. In Switzerland, people are more conservative and a bit more like, you know. So for him, it was like a total big thing, this shooting day. I mean, Жених helped me a lot, you know. I mean, Жених, let's face it, before I did Жених, I was just a German actor playing some Nazis. And after Жених, I was on a different place here in Russia. And if people on the street see me, they all the time see Жених. People on the street, they never say like, oh, Philippe Reinhardt, I know you from Tobol, I know you know. It is like, they look, Жених, or Gelmut. You know, so even when we are in Cyprus and like wherever, you know, I was with my girlfriend in Cyprus, and then like some I think Russian ladies, they were looking, and then my girlfriend said, why are they looking at you? And then one is like, Жених. So Жених is everywhere, you know, which is good for me. You know, it helps me so much, and I really hope we finally do the second part. You know, it was postponed a couple of times, but I really hope that the one day we will do it, because it must be done. Yeah, not cancelled, just postponed. They were planning to film it 2 years ago and last year, and they just postponed it all the times. But it can happen in film, you know. But I think Жених 2 will be in the end, they will make it. I don't see a reason why they shouldn't make it. Alyona. Women. Russia is a really nice place, you know. Russia is crazy, in my opinion. Russia is unpredictable. They change every day, everything. But the Russians are really good heart, nice people, and I really enjoyed every time to be here, very much. Also, very nice food, very much. And Moscow is a bit expensive, but because I like to eat a lot, I'm a sportsman. But really, I love Russia. You know, with one of my upcoming projects is a movie called Match. It's an American project. And first, you know, it was interesting because I was playing in the Russian Match. And the Americans, they did first the movie, they wrote first the script Match, and then the Russians did it, so they said, we're not going to do it, you know. But now the Americans did also a Match, which is quite similar to the Russian one, but just a different story. It talks about Hungary, so the whole thing happens between Nazis and Hungarians, not Ukrainians. And actually, I'm in both matches now. Yeah. In the American one, the role is much bigger, but the Russian one was my first role, and next to Sergei Bezrukov. Very funny, nice guy. And I might have another project with Sergei. It's one of my maybe future projects. You know, I said, I mean, Жених 2 is now somehow still open when we do it. They plan to shoot Жених 2, but they don't know exactly when, or it's not. There is no schedule or something. And there is also another project. You know, it's named Just Moje, My Happiness, a World War musical, and there is Sergei Bezrukov in a leading role, and I also, you know, supposed to play in it. But there is also no like schedule or whatever when they want to shoot it. But he's a great actor, and I would love to work with him again. So Sergei, if this movie happens, я говорю по-русски, Sergei, я готов, и мы работаем вместе, okay? So Disney Russia, I'm ready. I'm free right now. In the next couple of months, I'm ready, Disney Russia. So if you want to do a movie, Disney Russia, я очень готов. Not a problem.